Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Matt Horn.
Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Don't worry. It's okay. I'll always be with you.
See the sunset. The day is ending. There's no pretending.
Look who it is. The stranger that came out of nowhere and now has everyone talking. Some people want you to be a savior, a shining beacon of hope. Those people clearly haven't met you yet.
Hey, Matt. It's Sara Cravens. We're definitely supposed to be doing an interview right now, so I don't know why you are not picking up. So rude. Anyway, you should definitely buy The Outer Worlds and Stranding because they're like the coolest games of November and the year. So get on that and give me a call back so we can chat.
So on the line we have Sara Cravens talking to us. From where are you talking to us from, Sara?
We are from sunny Los Angeles, California, everybody.
Oh, what's it like there?
It is gorgeous. Sorry if it's gross other places. It's beautiful here. It's sunny. I've got the doors open. My adorable kitties are running around in the backyard.
Oh, I've got a cat. I adopted a cat this
You
year.
do? I adopted my cats.
I say adopted. They were abandoned. Yeah.
Mine were street cats. There was just a street cat that had a litter, and I rescued 2 of them. My friend rescued all of them, and then I was like, I can give them a really good home. And so now I have Rocky Top and Loretta Lynn, and they are the joy of my life.
What names? What names?
I know, they're the best.
Oh, I always think she adopted me. It's the other way around.
Oh, I know. I feel the same way. They're so good to me. They've made me so happy.
The reason why we've got you here is because of Stranding.
Yay! So fun, right? What a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous game.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're saying yeah, and you haven't played it.
No,
so get out there and play it, or at least get online and look at some of the videos because it's stunning.
Obviously, I have to say that it's a Hideo Kojima game. It's been out for 2 weeks, and more importantly, it's been nominated for Game of the Year.
Yes, it has. Yesterday?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so very exciting. As like voice actors, I feel like people congratulate us all the time, and it's so amazing. And we come in and we work, a handful of hours on a project, and there are these incredible teams that work months and years and weeks to make the game what it is. So congratulations to the whole team, because I feel like we're such a tiny, tiny part of it, and I am just so happy to be a part of their success.
Well, I do like asking this question every single time I get a gaming star as yourself.
That's so nice to call me that. I don't know that I would consider myself a gaming star, but thank you.
What was production of the game like for you?
It was so much fun. So I went into Sony to record, and by the way, I love recording there. They have this incredible kitchen that has a refrigerator, like a giant refrigerator that is like all LaCroix. There's way cooler stuff in the kitchen, but that's what I get excited about. And the other thing that was so great is one of my dear friends, Jamie Bayfis, who is the head of casting at Sony, and then another great friend of mine, Amanda Wyatt, was director of the game, and I met both of these women obviously through the gaming community and have gotten so close to them and love them as human beings as well as respect their work. And so getting to work with both of them on a project is like the dreamiest thing that I could ever think of. And so, yeah, behind the scenes, I come in and I get to work with two of my very best friends. And then when we wrap for the day, we go hit up a happy hour somewhere.
Well, obviously, we should mention that you're doing a voice. You're not doing the mocap part
Right.
of it, are you?
I did a voice. I did not do mocap for this game.
But obviously, you've seen the actual finished product, and you've seen Mads Mikkelsen's face and Norman Reedus' face, and you're thinking, God, that looks so realistic.
It does. It's awesome. Gaming technology now blows my mind. I think that they're so cinematically beautiful, and I don't understand the technology, but it works, and it looks awesome.
It's an all-star cast, I think we can say that.
I'm so lucky. I feel so fortunate to be in this game with all these rock stars. I am definitely low man on the totem pole in that cast of amazing rock stars.
And if we're going on the gaming avenue, you've got Mads Mikkelsen, Norman Reedus, both A-list stars. Don't think we can disagree there. But in the last interview I did with Tommy Lee Jenkins, and I'm still going to say it now, we've got the A-list, I think, of video gaming, which is Troy Baker.
Absolutely. Listen, this cast is stellar. Absolutely stellar. And I will reiterate that I feel very fortunate that I got to be in it.
Are there any sort of funny anecdotes you can share about the production of your bit of the game?
Yes. Okay. So, how much can I share about, like, my character? I'll tell you a little bit about it, and you can tell me if, like, I can share more or not. I came in, and I was, like, told, like, okay, you're this, like, strange woman. You and your husband live in this thing, and they told me who my husband was, and I can probably share that, right? Because, like, the cast list is out. Yeah? Okay, so Conan O'Brien plays my husband, and I was already like, this is amazing, so fun. Also, and I'm sure you hear this from other people that you interview, games are so under wraps that a lot of times we don't even know what we're working on until we get there. Like, we know we booked, like, this code name project, and then you get in and it's like, oh, it's Death Stranding, this is amazing, you know? Before I got into doing voiceover full-time, I did comedy, and so I was so excited that I got to play a character that was kind of, like, weird and funny, because I end up playing often these, like, you know, really, like, strong badasses that just tell people what to do, like, you know, like Frost just yells things at people in Mortal Kombat, and I love that. But I rarely get to do, you know, like, use my, like, comedy background. So I was really excited that I got to play this weird couple with Conan O'Brien. And so when we started recording, Amanda, the director, was like, let's just, like, hear your idea for this. And like, yeah, you're this weird lady that is in the middle of nowhere. So let's just hear your idea for this. And so if you tell, like, a former comedian to be like, just go for it, I wish that I had that first take saved, because I definitely went for it and was so weird and so crazy, to the point that I, like, finished the first, like, few lines, and then they come back on, and the team was like, and Amanda was like, okay, I'm gonna take that direction back from you. No, don't go as crazy as you want. We need to dial the crazy back a little bit for this woman. So that was fun. Finding this character and being the right level of crazy was really fun.
I dare ask this question because I feel so dangerous. Did you get to meet Conan O'Brien or even hear his part of his character, you know, to interact with it?
I'm so sad that I did not get to meet him, but he is, you know, a giant superstar and so busy. Typically, you don't record with other people in games. You come in and do your session, and it's just you in the booth. So, regrettably, I did not get to meet Conan, but I can't remember if they recorded him first or me. I don't remember playing off his lines, but it's possible that I did. I have seen some videos since the game has come out with our characters, so I have heard it since then, but I can't actually remember if I got to play off of his lines or not.
he does a nightly show where you guys are, doesn't he?
Yeah. To work around his schedule was, I'm sure, crazy.
I mean, just think, he's out there now, not knowing that you're his on-screen wife.
I know. I'm sure he's just as excited about me being his video game wife as I am excited about him being my video game husband. I think that's fair to say.
I don't know if this is going to work. Are you on Twitter, Sarah?
Yes, I'm on Twitter.
What I'm going to do, he's got about 15 minutes probably to respond to this. I don't think he will.
Okay.
Sorry about this. It'll make sense in a minute.
Don't apologize. I can't wait to hear what's happening.
So, what's your Twitter handle?
That's so Cravens.
Yeah, got you. Okay.
Woohoo!
Here we go.
What is happening?
Right, so your phone will probably ping in a minute.
I can't wait.
Okay, so basically, I put hashtag Death Stranding, obviously. That's the reason why.
Yes.
So I've put, obviously, Conan O'Brien's Twitter handle.
Perfect.
Yeah. Me, That's So Cravens. That's you, obviously.
I love it. He's going to be so excited about this. He's going to, stop working on the show that he's doing tonight and
Obviously.
be like, I am so thrilled because I am just as excited about Sarah being my video game wife.
So that's the first part of the tweet. The second part is we are doing a interview in the UK and she wants to say hello to her on-screen husband. I think that's pretty fair,
I think
isn't it?
that's
Yeah.
beautiful. I love it. I love it.
There we go. Hang on. There you go.
Oh yeah, if you found me on Twitter, then you'd see my little kitties are in my they're in my banner picture.
I did notice it.
My cousin actually made that picture for me, and I love it. And he gave me lasers coming out of my eyes, and I was so grateful.
Well, he's got 15 minutes whilst we talk about everything else to respond.
Yes.
So, Sarah, you've got no idea that we were going to do this. You've got no knowledge I was going to tweet Conan O'Brien and say hello. So
No.
this could go really bad. This could really go really bad. However, if we do get a response after the interview, do check it out because it will be probably something interesting nonetheless.
I love it. I love it.
So let's talk a bit about you, Sarah. You yourself.
Okay.
What made you want to get into acting in the first place?
Oh, man. There's nothing else I wanted to do. I got a degree in broadcasting. I went to the University of Tennessee and got a degree in broadcasting, and I graduated, and I was like, I don't want to be a newscaster. And so I was like, I'll move out to California. And then a dear friend of mine, we really didn't know each other that well at the time, but a girl that was in my graduating class named Alexis, she came up to me graduation day and was like, I heard you're moving to California. You want a roommate? And I was like, yeah. So we moved out to California, and like I said, I started doing comedy, and then I started doing voiceover from that, and it just kind of happened. I definitely didn't know that, what I do now for a living, being a voice actor, I did not know that was a thing growing up. It just didn't occur to me that would be someone's job. And so, yeah, it wasn't like I grew up knowing I wanted to do this, but I'm so thankful that I do it now. It's the most fun job in the world. I wish young me was smart enough to actually pursue it.
Well, here's a question for anyone wanting to pursue it. What advice would you give?
Be yourself and have fun, and you need to learn what you're doing. And I teach now, and what I always tell students is to be themselves. If you're constantly trying to figure out based on direction, what do they want? What do they want? I'm going to try this because I think this is what they're looking for. Those auditions and those reads don't jump out and make you excited. What I always try to do and what I always try to teach my students to do is look at that character and bring your idea to it. And those are really exciting because then you're bringing all these words to life. And this happens all the time. I often give reads for projects that are very counter to what the actual direction says. And I don't do it on purpose. I don't negate the direction or always go opposite of it or whatever. It's just I prioritize like looking at the character and reading the words and being like, all right, if I embodied who I feel like this is, what would that be? What would she be like? And I always prioritize that over being like, but it said this in the direction, so I'm going to have to do this. And so that's my biggest thing is like, be authentic and be you and make a big choice. And one of the greatest examples of this is, I know we're talking about the new games of the year, but last year our game of the year was God of War. And the reason that I was in that game is I remember the audition for it. You could not find out anything based on what the lines were. I don't know anything about this, so I'm gonna have fun with this, because then what else are you doing if you're not having fun every time you audition? Like, why are you even doing this? So I do this like crazy thing because I was like, well, I mean, I can make this funny and whatever. I feel like my read ended up being kind of like a, you know, along the lines of like how like a stand-up would do these lines. So I end up booking the job and I go in and I find out that it's God of War, and they're like, listen, let us like tell you what happened with this. We definitely like don't want you to do anything that you did in your audition at all, because you're playing this like, you know, giant scary Valkyrie. So really we just want you to go in there and like use your scary deep voice and say things. But the reason you booked it is because we were all like, oh man, like she put such a stamp on this and owned it so much, and so like we know that she's gonna be directable. So I think that like that's my biggest piece of advice. Like, be authentic, be you, and just know that like if it's your job, it's your job. And if it's not your job, then hopefully one of your good friends books it so you can celebrate with them.
I met Chris Judge
Oh, awesome.
last year, and it was at the Stargate convention, of all things.
Incredible.
Yeah, so that's sort of a good link there. But of course, obviously, there's conventions out there where people dress up as their favourite characters and other characters that are just about to go into franchises. And of course, I can imagine now Death Stranding is probably going to have a few.
I feel like I've already seen pictures of people, you know, that have their little baby carrying around with them, their little backpack baby.
Obviously, do you do the cons, the conventions, and has anyone ever dressed up as one of your characters?
So I am not a big convention person. I'm not against it. I just like haven't done them. I did one last year. I went to New Zealand and did Armageddon. And if there's anyone that works on Armageddon that's listening, I love all of you so much. Oh, Kiwis are my favorite people in the world. That's the most beautiful country I have ever been to. And I adore New Zealand and all New Zealanders. I've seen people that have dressed up as Power Girl. I'm Power Girl in Injustice 2, and then like Frost has had people cosplay her from Mortal Kombat, and that's super cool. It's awesome to see people, and cosplayers blow my mind. Like, that is a talent. They make their costumes and they, you know, get the hair and makeup, and that is not my skill, and so I'm in awe of them, and it's really fun to see that.
Well, obviously, we can talk about Mortal Kombat because that came out this year.
Oh, it's great. I can tell you a little, like, behind-the-scenes thing in Mortal Kombat. A ton of my very close friends are in that. Oh, that leads me to something else I do want to say. For people that are fans of these games and voice actors in this community, I have never been a part of a more supportive and loving community in my entire life. And it's incredible that these people that I so highly respect, we are all really good friends. Like, all of my very, very close friends are all these ultra successful, ultra talented people in the voiceover world, and I feel so fortunate for that. And so then you get a game like Mortal Kombat where, you know, Kari Walgren and Steve Bloom and Mary Elizabeth McGlynn are all like very best friends of mine, and Jennifer Hale, and I mean I could go on. And everyone is so supportive and genuinely likes each other. So what's so fun about that is, like, since we are friends and, you know, we all like record by ourselves, every time I would go in, I would ask who had the recording session after me. And so There's like a notepad in the booth at Warner Brothers where we recorded this, and I would always like leave a note for whoever was coming in after me because it was inevitably one of my good friends. We rented this house in Palm Springs for the weekend. We were all like there hanging out, and the game had just come out, I think, and we all were like, I didn't know you were in this. This is amazing. So as close as all of us are, we very much respect the NDAs, but it was fun because, again, we had just taken this like trip as friends to get out of town and, go hang out for the weekend. And then all of us were like, oh, cool, we're all in this game together. We had no idea. I have said to the Mortal Kombat guys for a long time, I'm like, please let us do a group record. Please let us do a group record because I love all of these people so much. And fair enough, we probably would not get a lot done because we would all be cracking each other up the whole time and just enjoying each other's company.
I'm just thinking, if you do a Mortal Kombat read-through...
I wish we all got together and did that. That'd be amazing.
I could easily do the finisher bit.
Well, great, we need that.
Yeah.
I still feel like a newbie to this world. Like, I've been really fortunate in the titles that I've been able to be in and the roles that I've gotten to play, and I'm so grateful for that. But, all these people have been doing this for quadruple the amount of time that I have, and I'm just in awe of their credit list and how kind they are and how they welcomed me to their world in such a beautiful way. No one treated me like the new kid. They were just like, oh, we love her, So I can definitely say that I have been the luckiest when it comes to the voiceover world.
Well, as a final project, I suppose, we need to talk about the Outer Worlds.
We have to! Oh, another really, really amazing game, and everybody should get it.
See, now the question is I could have sworn that the Outer Worlds has been nominated for Game of the Year.
The Outer Worlds is nominated for Game of the Year, so yay! I love that I got to do two.
So where does your loyalties lie then?
Oh no, I will not. Absolutely not. They lie with both of them, and I hope they all get every award in the world. I'm grateful for both of the games, and I think they're both amazing, and they're very different. Very, very different. So it's hard to compare them.
So what was it like working on the Outer Worlds?
The Outer Worlds was hands down the best writing that I have ever experienced in maybe any project in the history of ever. That game is so funny and so specific and so thought out, and every character... I play this bartender in it, and the backstory and the life that they wrote for her and the lines that they gave her, it's amazing. And when you have a game that takes that much care into, like, not even a lead character, then, that's why everyone is losing their mind about it, because the writing is superb. You should play it for the writing alone. And yeah, that's what struck me about it, is that it was so specific and real and funny and incredible. Like, I would stop in recording sessions in the middle of lines and be like, are you kidding me? These lines are amazing. I can't believe I get to say this.
Death Stranding is quite open world, and I suppose for the Outer Worlds it's the same idea. Mm-hmm. Do you think either game sort of missed a trick by not including, say, like a VR option, so you can actually feel like you're walking around the open world?
I don't, because I think they nailed the game that they wanted to create. I don't think it misses anything by not being VR. I think it's even, more accessible the way that it is. And the worlds are so beautiful and true and specific to the world that they created. Yeah, I think they both nailed it.
Are there any funny anecdotes about the Outer Worlds?
Let me see. So this line, I do remember the recording session for this, and I lost it. Someone comes up and they're like talking to her, and they start to say something, and she cuts them off and is like, oh God, are you trying to tell me a joke? if you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum. And I laughed so hard that I could not get through that line because I was like, this is what I want to say to people all the time. Like, please don't tell me a joke and expect me to laugh at it. But it's those moments of like such specificity, and it's like so real and brings the character to life so much that, yeah, that line was hard for me to get out clean because I kept laughing because I thought it was such a beautiful example of like a true eye roll of like a woman at a bar being like, oh God, I just want to sit here and drink my drink and not listen to your jokes.
Well, Sara, I'm going to give you a 1-minute plug. A 1-minute plug.
Oh!
Yes.
How fun!
I'm giving you a 1-minute plug to plug Death Stranding and The Outer Worlds and why people should buy them.
Here is why that you should buy Death Stranding and The Outer Worlds. They are phenomenal games. They are both so different and specific and interesting. You can have so many hours of unique and informative and interesting gameplay. It's a great use of your time. And also, the people that worked on these games are some of the most fantastic people in the entire world, and the care and the love and the specificity that they put into their jobs is inspiring to me, and I am grateful to be a small part to get to bring their creation to life, and supporting people that are hard workers and care so deeply about their fan base. That is something you should always support.
On a positive note, yes, that's the way to end the interview.
That's me, man. I'm lemonade. I'm glass half full.
Well, you're obviously going to ask me now the question that everybody wants to know the answer to.
What?
Has Conan responded back?
Did he? Come on, Conan. Did he care about me being his wife?
No.
Of course he didn't. I could have given you that answer.
All I'm going to say, Conan, if you're out there, it's a divorce.
Man, I know. We'll still have to live together in that tiny place in the middle of nowhere. But, you know, we're going to have some words about this.
I was going to say, actually, even though you're a free drink kind of person, living with Conan O'Brien in the middle of nowhere, that must really be Death Stranding.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's why both of us are so weird.
Well, Sara, it's been a pleasure interviewing you.
Oh, it's been a pleasure for me as well. Thank you for reaching out. I'm glad I got to talk to you and talk about these cool games.
Obviously, we'll have to get you back.
Amazing. I'll have to do some more cool work that people want to hear about.
Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. Yay.
Bye-bye.